A solitary boy, often lost in his own world. His days were spent wandering the whispering fields behind his house. Sunlight dappled through the tall grass as he walked. He felt more at home among the trees than with other children. One afternoon, he explored near an ancient oak tree. Its gnarled roots twisted like the arms of a giant. Nestled beneath the roots, he unearthed a small pouch. The pouch was made of soft, worn leather. Inside, he found shimmering seeds, unlike any he'd seen before. Curiosity sparked within him. He had to plant one. He chose a spot near the oak, digging a small hole. He placed the seed gently into the earth. He covered it with soil and watered it carefully. He watched in astonishment as it began to sprout. A tiny shoot emerged, reaching for the sky. It grew rapidly, transforming into a tree unlike any other. Its leaves were pages, filled with swirling script. Vibrant illustrations danced across the leaves. They were living stories, breathing with magic. Finn realized the tree was something extraordinary. He became the guardian of these magical trees. He spent hours lost in their narratives, captivated. He read tales of brave knights and daring quests. He discovered mischievous fairies in hidden glens. He explored faraway lands with strange creatures. He kept the trees a secret, afraid to share them. He feared others wouldn't understand their magic. He worried they might try to destroy them. He reveled in the tales, hoarding the magic for himself. He felt a sense of power in possessing such wonder. The stories filled a void within him, a loneliness. He imagined himself as the hero of every tale. He pictured himself as a powerful wizard, wise and strong. He saw himself as a noble king, ruling justly. The trees whispered secrets only he could hear. The illustrations seemed to come alive before his eyes. He felt a deep connection to the stories in the trees. He visited the trees every day, neglecting his chores. His mother worried about his solitary nature. She tried to encourage him to play with other children. But Finn preferred the company of the story trees. He built a small shelter near the trees, a secret haven. He decorated it with leaves and flowers from the trees. He spent his nights reading by the light of the moon. The stories became his world, his reality. He forgot about the outside world, its troubles and worries. He was lost in a world of magic and adventure. He felt safe and protected within the Garden of Stories. The trees were his friends, his companions, his family. He vowed to protect them, no matter the cost. He would keep their secret safe forever. He would be their guardian, their protector, their friend. He felt powerful, yet also burdened by the secret. He knew the trees were special, a gift to the world. But he couldn't bring himself to share them. He was afraid of what might happen if he did. So he kept them hidden, a secret treasure. He reveled in the magic, alone in his garden. He was Finn, the guardian of the story trees. His secret world, his solitary joy, for now. Finn spent his days among the story trees, a secret he guarded closely. Then, a bitter wind howled, tearing leaves from the branches. Story leaves scattered across the fields, their tails threatened with erasure. Finn watched in horror as the wind stole his precious stories. He felt a pang of loss, deeper than he'd ever known. The wind seemed determined to strip the trees bare. Finn knew he had to do something, anything, to save them. He clutched a handful of torn leaves, his heart pounding. The images on the leaves flickered, fading in the harsh wind. He ran towards town, the wind whipping at his face. He burst into the town square, breathless and desperate. People stopped and stared at the boy with the strange leaves. Finn hesitated, fear gripping him, then took a deep breath. "Listen!" he cried, his voice cracking with emotion. He began to read from the shimmering leaves in his hand. The story of a brave knight filled the air. His voice grew stronger, fueled by the magic of the tale. A few townsfolk paused, intrigued by the unfamiliar words. More people gathered, drawn in by Finn's passionate reading. The wind seemed to lessen its assault, listening intently. The story unfolded, painting vivid pictures in their minds. A woman smiled, remembering her own childhood dreams. A young boy's eyes widened with wonder and excitement. The scattered leaves on the ground began to glow softly. The wind softened, its envious rage slowly subsiding. Finn continued to read, his voice resonating with newfound confidence. The knight's quest for honor captivated the growing crowd. The leaves pulsed with light, their stories taking root. The wind whispered, no longer a threat, but a listener. The scattered leaves floated gently, drawn to the listeners' hearts. Each leaf embedded itself within them, a shared memory. Finn realized the stories weren't meant to be his alone. They were meant to be shared, to connect people. The wind carried the tale, spreading it through the town. The story of the night became a part of everyone. Finn finished the story. A peaceful silence descended. The townsfolk looked at him with gratitude and understanding. He saw the magic of the stories reflected in their eyes. The trees, they hold many more, Finn whispered. He gestured towards the fields, inviting them to share. The crowd followed him, eager to discover the secret. They walked towards the whispering fields, anticipation building. story trees shimmered in the afternoon sun. Finn led them to the ancient oak, the source of the magic. He showed them the leaves, each one a unique tale. The townsfolk reached out, gently touching the leaves. They began to read aloud, sharing the stories with each other. Laughter and wonder filled the air, chasing away the wind's bitterness. Finn smiled, his heart overflowing with joy. He was no longer alone, the guardian of a secret. He was a storyteller, sharing the magic with the world. The story trees thrived, nourished by their shared love. The wind carried their voices, spreading the tales far and wide. The town became a place of stories, a haven for imagination. Finn continued to read, his voice filled with passion. He knew the stories would live on, forever in their hearts. The sun set, casting a golden glow on the story trees. The townsfolk gathered around, listening to Finn's tales. The magic of the stories had transformed them all. Finn knew his journey had just begun, with many stories to tell.